Hi Gemini, it's Christine with Indigo Wings. Happy New Year. I am bringing you your love reading for January. I hope that you had a good time celebrating the holidays, enjoyed time with your friends and family. I am finally getting back into the swing of things. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It was kind of nice to have a couple days to chill out. So I don't have like any big announcements or anything like that. So I'm gonna really just hop right into the reading. If you've watched any of the other readings, I've been doing something where I am showing myself for the intro and then focusing on the cards, but today I'm just focusing on the cards for you because I had a dermatologist appointment today, and yeah, I'm just not camera ready. So and I felt like it was more important to get the readings out to you than get myself all put together. So the cards it is. So as always, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It's just not the reading or not the message for you. Also not the reading for you, whichever. If the message does resonate with you and you're interested in getting a personal reading with me, check out the description box where my contact information is. You can email me or you can go to my website and see what readings I have available. Also, with these readings, I think most people tend to watch for their sun sign, but these readings are also applicable to your rising sign and your moon sign, so make sure you check those readings out as well. So usually I don't really talk about the title of the video until I put I upload it and I just put the title out. I don't usually talk about it in the reading, but the title of this reading, I think I might change it, but I'm thinking is Divine Love ? And I think that there is a possibility that some of you who are watching this are thinking, divine love my ass, or you might just be like really fed up and frustrated with your situation. And I just felt like I needed to address that right off the bat. And if you're one of those people like that, you're feeling called to that, stick around for the whole reading. But I just wanted to just touch on that because I really felt strongly that some people are going to be like, this feels not divine at the moment, because I think you're going through some stuff. And so the first card that comes up for the theme of the month is give your relationship a chance. And so I feel like there's a lot of you right now that you are ready to write this situation off, write this person off. You are done. You've had enough. And I think there's like a multitude of reasons for many of you why you're feeling that way. I think too many to really get into, but the bottom line is I think a lot of you are just like over it, but the theme is try to work it out, try to give it a chance, see what happens. The first card that came out is the Eight of Water. And the Eight of Water is a card of moving on. Wanting to just walk away from something. And I think that there's a lot of you that are just fed up. Some of you might not be to the point where you want to walk away, but you're thinking about it. I think some of you are just kind of at the end of your rope. You've put in all the effort that you can put in, and you're just tired. The clarifying card is the Knight of Cups, and I feel like a lot of you feel like you've been offering your cup to this other person, and it's like you're like, for what? What am I doing this for? I'm not getting anywhere with this, or I'm not like your needs are not being met. Like you're handing your cup, handing your heart to somebody, and I think that you want them to do the same in return, and it's not coming across that way to you, and it's discouraging. There's also, with this Knight of Cups, when I pulled this card, the words that came to me were chill out. And I do think that some of you who are in this position, it's not so much that you need to chill out, but you need to take a step back before you do things that might take you a while to recover from. This is an opportunity for you to try to balance yourself, balance your emotions, and there's a chance that you're feeling off in this situation because you're out of balance with each other. And I think that when you kind of are not balancing, like you and your counterpart, when you're not balancing each other, you start to kind of repel each other, and it's like no matter how hard you try, it's just not working. And it doesn't mean you have to just kind of write the whole thing off, but maybe just take a step back and take some space. So the next card is the Five of Air. So the Five of Air is inner conflict, which I think is, where you're at. Like, you don't want to walk away. You don't want to do, you don't want to pull an 8 of Cups, 8 of Water. But you're really conflicted about it. And I think that you are concerned that walking away would not be a good choice. And I think it's really important that, as I was saying, take a step back and see what the situation is showing you. A lot of times when we're having difficulties with another person, they're often, it's like they're holding up a mirror to ourselves, and what we're seeing in them, it is something within ourselves that we need to be taking a look at. And so, in this situation, what is it that you feel like you're not getting from the other person? Is that something that maybe you're not giving to yourself? And it's always kind of tough, I think, to take a real honest look at the mirror and what it's showing you. Like sometimes the truth can be really hard to accept, or sometimes I think when you realize what you're being shown, you're like, oh crap. But that's a good thing, because then you can work on it, and that's kind of how you can balance things out. I think some of you might actually walk away from your situation, and you're going to regret it. You're gonna look back and say, I don't think that was the best move here. So if you do, though, like, don't worry about it. Like, do what works for you. You might have to come to that point of walking away and then saying, like, I wish I hadn't done that, because that might be teaching you something. So the next card that comes out is the Five of Water. And, I think that, well, I want to talk about the clarifying cards too while I'm talking about the Five of Water. You have the Queen of Swords as a clarifier, and then you have the Moon as a clarifier. And I think that you really are, like, I think there's some major fears holding you back from pursuing things in certain ways. I think that right now you're focusing on the negative in the situation instead of focusing on the positive. And because I don't want to say there's good stuff. There are positive things here that I think are being overlooked, because you know, you're focused on the cards that have fallen over instead of the two cards. You're focused on the cups that have fallen over instead of the cups that are upright. And these cups, not only are they upright, they're full. So, you know how we kind of talk about, you know, filling your own cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. My cup runneth over. Like, there are things here, like you have two full cups here that, you know, I think that you are afraid that things aren't going to turn out the way you hope that they would. And I think a lot of people have those fears, you know, that, you know, you kind of have an expectation that something's going to look one way and it looks totally different. Sometimes that's not a bad thing though. You know, so it's really important to make sure that you are kind of cutting away the expectations. I also think that in some of this inner conflict that you have going on, you know, that you're thinking about cutting things off because it's not looking the way you hoped it would. Well, maybe that's because it's going to look better than you thought it would. Maybe there's something else that's coming. You know, again, like this 5 of water is like, you need to focus on the positive. You need to see what's going well because you're missing things here. You know, because you feel so like, I'm not putting up with this. I deserve better. I deserve this. You know, like you're aware of what you want in a relationship, but is what you want really what you need? Sometimes those things are different. But there's definitely, with this moon, there's definitely fear impacting things, you know, being afraid that it's not, you know, if you stay, that it's not going to turn out the way you want it to. Fear that if you cut it off, things are still not going to be turning out the way you want them to. But it's going to turn out, I think, better than what you're thinking it will, especially if you can stay the course and try to balance out. The last two cards that came out are the 10 of water and the 6 of water. Like, I don't think that there is too much of a better way to be kind of closing out the month. You know, the 10 of water is, you know, your emotional and material needs are being met. It's trustworthy relationships. You know, it's, for some people, it's that happy family life. I don't know if the happy family life aspect is going to necessarily apply to everybody, but you know, there's a definitely coming together and it being what you need. And then the 6 of water, it's, you know, someone that you have a very strong connection with. You know, this can indicate soulmate connection. This is somebody that, you know, you have past history. This, like, I love seeing the 10 of water and the 6 of water coming together. We have the 5 of Pentacles as a clarifier. For some of you, I do think that there is a fear of being left out in the cold. That, like, I think even though things are going to be going well, I think there is still a little bit of fear. So you need to work on letting that go. For others of you, it might be more of worries about money and finances and if you can make things work. But I feel really strongly that this is like kind of a minor thing that's going on. I almost feel like for some of you, this is like a trigger. Like I feel like with this person, it's been like up, down, roller coaster type relationship for a while. And I think that there's just this like underlying worry of when the next low is gonna come. And, you know, try not to focus on that, because the more you focus on when's that low gonna come, when's that next separation gonna happen, I think you kind of bring that upon yourself in a way by focusing your thoughts on it. Don't focus on it. The other card is the Two of Cups that comes out as clarifier. Now, this is a card of a relationship coming together, growing closer, forgiveness. This is also, to me, a card for divine love, soulmate, twin flame. I try in my general zodiac readings not to like emphasize twin flame stuff too much, because it's not for everybody, and I think in some cases it can be overhyped. But in this particular reading, in this circumstance, you know, you have the Six of Water, you have the Two of Cups. Like, this is a person that you have a really strong spiritual connection with, divine love, twin flame, soulmate, whatever you want to call it. I think you know deep down that this is something very real, very solid. And I think when I see like these cards together, when I see this Two of Cups, when I see the Six of Water, when I see the give your relationship a chance, with the Ten of Water too, this is a connection that's not going anywhere. I think that even if you are deciding that you're kind of done with it for a while, this person is always going to be a part of you. But as I said, for most of you with this reading, the end of the month looks really good, where, you know, things are balancing out, and I think you're going to be in a good place, and I think you're going to be happy that you decided to give things a shot. The surrender card for the month is Surrender to Spirit. And this card says, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine and let Spirit work its magic for you. And I feel like this is really key for you this month, especially, you know, where we're talking about the Eight of Water energy, the Five of Air, the Five of Water, and, you know, do I walk away, do I not? I feel like I've put so much into this. Just give it to Spirit and see what happens. I think you're going to be pretty pleasantly surprised. So Gemini, that was your reading for January. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope it resonated with you. If it did and you're looking for a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below. If you liked this reading, please hit the like button. I am moving forward. I'm putting videos out in order of the number of likes that they get. So the more likes this video has, the better for you, right? Also, I love to hear from you. Leave me a comment in the description box. Let me know what you thought of the reading, or just anything you want to talk about. I love getting comments on these readings. And then, of course, if you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button so you're notified when I upload my latest videos. I hope that you guys have a great day and a great month, and I will see you in February.